I'm Kurt Shimmers. Every day, fortunes are gained and lost in the financial markets. News, trends, and even geopolitical events shape your financial landscape. Join me and my expert guests right now on Traders Nation. Welcome. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Don and I have got a fantastic show. Our guest today is Adam Mesh. He's CEO and founder of Adam Mesh Trading Group. He's going to be with us. We're going to be talking about Amazon. It hit $1 trillion market cap 1 month after Apple had. All right, so we're going to find out how and why Amazon pulled this off. Plus, we always got a great stock list for you, certainly. Towers are on our list today. Data centers are on our list. They're holding up quite nicely while we got some others in other areas rolling over, so you're not going to miss any of that. Stocks, gas, and a whole lot more right here at Traders Nation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Traders Nation. Get Pro Online DVD Trader today. Whether you're an experienced trader or just beginning, you'll improve your skills dramatically. Click on the Knowledge Center button to order your copy today. Traders Nation, delivering what you want when you want it. Traders Nation.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson. You're tuned in
Willie.
to Traders Nation.
Yeah. Even Willie would want a copy of Pro Online Trader DVD.
Oh, my God. I saw him interviewed recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He looked awful.
Oh, well, listen, he's getting up there. How did he sound? That's the biggest thing. Was he coherent?
Barely.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's all right. You can hear a coherent Willie Nelson over at Traders Nation. We did an interview with Willie plus many others over at Traders Nation YouTube channel, plus over at tradersnation.com. Check it out today, right, Don? Willie, yeah. Willie, great interview. It was fun. It was so much. Right. It was so much fun. Remember that, Don? So much fun to do an interview with Willie. We talked about biodiesel and his Mercedes, and you could smell the donuts out of his exhaust. Probably made him hungry.
Well, he still has the same tour bus.
Yeah, nice. That's right. Hey, get a copy of Pro Online Trader DVD over at tradersnation.com. You listen, when we're talking about stocks here today, we're talking about candlesticks, charts, signals, patterns, resistance, all that great stuff. And if any of that sounds Greek to you, man, get it over to tradersnation.com. Get your own copy for $29.95 plus shipping and handling. You get yours today. We'll ship it out to you priority. You'll have it in like a couple days, man. You'll be up and running and hopefully making some dough, making some bank. Right, Don? So
that's correct.
Head on over there today, tradersnation.com. Click on that More button, and you're going to be all set. Hey, Don, we got a great stock list here today. Towers, I want to start off with because certainly some stocks are rolling over here today. Some sectors are rolling over. We got some profit taking going on. Not necessarily here in the Towers area, and since they have been on our list for quite some time, let's start off with that. AMT, American Tower. AMT, Alpha Mary Tango is the phonics for that one. Currently trading at 147.95, Don. Here today. It's a beautiful chart pattern on this thing, man. Look at this this channel of this chart. Bring your charts up on this. This channel of this chart's up at this particular level. It needs to stay above this 146 level. Don, your thoughts on AMT?
Well, AMT is one of the leaders in the tower business, and for those listeners or viewers out there who are new to this, these are the towers that carry all the cellular phone conversations. And then, of course, we have 5G emerging, which we're very big on here at Traders Nation.
Yeah.
5G will be the new technology. It's being rolled out as we speak in testing across the U.S. by Verizon.
Yeah.
But the American Tower and the other tower companies will grow from this. Crown Castle International, CCI is the other one in the sector, along with SBAC.
Yeah.
Communications out of there in Boca Raton.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the small one that we introduced to the viewers months ago, UNIT, which is trading at around $19.70.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Unit is trading at $19.70, 316,000 shares exchanging hands here today. This stock, if you bring your charts up on this one, you'll see a little bit of a sell-off going on. It did roll over, all right, but still trading above its 50-day moving average, way above its 200-day moving average, which is very bullish still. We'll see what happens here as far as any type of recovery on that rollover that unit did have, but still nonetheless should be on your list, right, Don? UNIT.
And don't forget, they're all paying dividends. These are all REIT stocks, real estate investment trusts. So they've all converted over to the REIT business. They've made the land valuable. They've monetized it. And they're going to be around for a long time. Good business. Great business to be in.
Yeah, and who doesn't like a nice dividend either? So if you're going to be holding any position like this long, pays a dividend, that's bonus, man. That's icing on the cake. Hey, you mentioned CCI. That's Crown Castle, certainly international. Charlie International is the phonics for that, and currently trading at $113.93. Don, 243,000 shares exchanged in hands so far here today in the trading session. One thing I should notice, Don, is that in the trading session so far here today, the volume has been a little bit light, and certainly the markets are in the negative territory at this point, right, Don? But I'm noticing the volume's a little bit light in some of these stocks, okay? Even the ones that are are doing well, the charts are setting up nicely, the volume still is a little bit light, Don. This stock is up $1 since we spoke about it last. CCI is, and still trading above that old resistance level at $112.50, Don.
And don't forget, in this business, now you notice that we only talk about 4 of these companies.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that that's just about all there is, because the barrier of entry into the business is a little difficult. So you don't see a lot of people flooding into the business. So these are companies, they're in a great sector, great business. It's residual. They're paid monthly. And, of course, they're all REITs. And to reiterate, they've monetized a lot of the valuable land that's underneath the towers.
That's right. Barrier of entry is very difficult in this space, Don. And the reason why is, Don, is they're deep in legacy, right, Don? These companies have been around for quite some time. They've acquired that land over quite a period of time, so they're deep in legacy. So you can't simply just go out and start thinking you're going to take over some of that prime real estate to put those towers up to carry that data. These companies have been there, Don, and they will continue to be in this space.
And interestingly enough, AMT and SBAC are international. Yeah. All of CCI's business is domestic U.S.
Okay. All right, so there you have it. CCI should be on your list. Unit should be on your list. AMT should be on your list. If you missed the ticker symbols on that, either Google it or hit the rebroadcast of Traders Nation. Okay, folks? Hey, Don, let's move on to data centers. Certainly, towers carry the data. Somebody's got to store it, right? And where's it going to land up? DLR certainly could be one of those companies. Digital Realty Trust currently trading at $123.55, Don, here today. 63,000 shares exchanged in hands. Listen, I know the volume's a little bit thin, but it does pick up by the end of the day, okay? This stock's been up $1 since we spoke about it last, and it continues to have this horizontal movement, Don, that we talk about so much here on Traders Nation, DLR. Delta Lima Robert. Don?
Same thing. Tough business to get into. Yeah. A lot of these legacy companies have built a lot of data centers. The business, by the way, is exploding with the volume of data that has to be stored. So once again, the major international companies are building these gigantic data centers. Yeah. And these companies that we talk about here on Traders Nation, COR, DLR, EQIP is the EQIX, Equinix is the other one, and of course Cone, CONE.
Sure.
All of these stocks are data center businesses. They all pay a handsome dividend because they're all REITs. They're all real estate investment trusts.
Sure.
And this is another business that's not going away.
Yeah, absolutely. So what Don's saying here, again, tough barrier of entry into these spaces. Don, it would take somebody with a significant amount of financial backing to come in and be able to build and house and store the amount of data that's going to be needed not only for today but also for future. So yeah, it could take a lot of money, and it absolutely will actually, to be able to come into this space if you're not already in it, Don. DLR, Digital Realty Trust. Don, you mentioned COR, COR, that's Core Site Realty Corp. currently trading at $115.94, 59,000 shares exchanging hands. Again, thinly traded here. Average volume 329K is what the daily volume is on this stock. So you see there's still some room left in the trading session to get up to that volume. Up a buck since we spoke about it last. Not bad, okay. Trading above its old resistance at $115, which is now its new support level. Okay, if you don't get that, get a copy of Pro Online Trader DVD. Old resistance, new support level is where we're at. Don, your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts on the business are that, once again, to repeat myself, it's a business that's not going away.
Yeah.
And you talked about the monetary consideration to get into the business.
Yeah.
There is a private company based in New York, I noticed the other day, a private company. They just raised $675 million.
Nice.
So it shows the kind of capital that it takes
Sure.
to get into this business, and there are some companies trying to get into it. And just to reiterate what we talk about here with these businesses,
Yeah.
coming online now, we have the hyper data centers,
Yeah.
which hyperscale they call them, which is even bigger than the data centers that are
All right, and we'll
built now.
We'll hit that on the other side. Adam Mesh is going to be with us coming up next, and then on the other side of that, we'll get back into what Don's talking about. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Steve Forbes, and you're watching Traders Nation.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have back with us, once again, Adam Mesh. He's CEO and founder of Adam Mesh Trading Group. Adam, welcome back to Traders Nation. How are you today?
I'm great, and thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. Markets are certainly in play right now, so it's a fun time to be talking about them.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about this because, recently Apple, like a month ago, hit $1 trillion. First company ever hit that $1 trillion market cap area. And now here we have Amazon 1 month later doing the same. What are your thoughts on that? What's the story with Amazon? What pushed it over?
Amazon is just a one-stop shop for everything. It is that ultimate take over the world kind of company where you mindlessly just go and order all of your things.
Sure.
It's like Google for buying things. Like just as an example, the other day, and people know this, but I have my Sub-Zero ice maker.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I get a light on that says, your Sub-Zero ice maker filter, it says replace filter.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I got this thing from. I don't know who to call. I don't know what to do. I take out the filter.
Yeah.
I type into Amazon Sub-Zero ice filter, and I put the model number.
Yeah.
And then it says, order a new one. And I just ordered it.
Yeah.
So it was like Google, but I could buy it.
Sure.
$69, Amazon.
Voila.
I didn't go to Sub-Zero.
No.
I went to Amazon.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing that. I think more and more, aren't they? Especially the Prime members. I have to admit, and this is no commercial or avocation of Amazon, but I spend a lot of money on retail stuff, and that's where I buy it. And I have it shipped to my door a couple days later. It's stuff that I don't need like right away. It's not urgent. I get it a couple days later. It's delivered to my door. I don't have to go out and fight crowds. I mean, isn't that the appeal here? And like you said, you can punch in like a filter. I have to admit, too, 3 months ago, I punched in a water filter for my refrigerator, and I had no idea where to go. I went to Amazon, I put in the model number, and I had all these selections, and I picked up the best price, and boom, it's at my door 2 days later, right?
Absolutely. I ordered a sports bracket, sweetener. I could go on and on. I literally order things on Amazon every day.
Yeah.
And I think that
it's like
it reaches that mindless nature of our society where it's just mindless at this point.
It's convenient, and it lands in your door. And like you said, you can have a mirage of different items in a box and all lands there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to match, does it? I mean, you could have BBs to whatever. All right, so enough of that. So let's do this. So Amazon, because of what we were just talking about, they capture 49 cents of every dollar online retailers are going on out there. That's a huge, huge market. It's like 50% virtually. And I think that area is going to grow for Amazon. Certainly could be a reason why their market caps hit $1 trillion and is going to go from there. So, is it the buying opportunities that captures the minds of investors and consumers, or what is it more? I mean, because Amazon seems to have this hype of excitement. There's always something exciting going on with Amazon. Their Kindle, they come out with the Kindle, and that's exciting. They come out with the Prime, that's exciting. They come out with Pantry Prime, that's exciting. So they always seem to have this buzz of excitement going around it. It's got to be help pushing Amazon up, right?
I think one of the biggest things that is not holding Amazon back and what's allowed it and Apple to excel faster right now than Facebook or Twitter or any of those companies is you saw when they had the chairs in front of Congress and Facebook had to show up and Twitter had to show up and Google was supposed to show up, but they didn't have a chair there.
Yeah.
They didn't ask Amazon or Apple to show up.
Yeah.
They're not under scrutiny. They found a way to make money that the government's not coming after.
Yeah.
So not only are they successful, but they're also a darling child, which allows them to go on touch. That said, right now, today, as it wants in the markets, Amazon's back below 2,000.
Right.
As we're speaking, as tech is getting hit hard, we're seeing tech across the board where so much money is gone, some of it being pulled back now.
Sure, absolutely. Amazon is, they've got this ambitious growth, and certainly this could be a part of what's going on. Every time, it really make people in the market nervous. Okay, so every time they get this idea they want to grow into a certain area, they're huge. They've got the backing of themselves organically to go in there. Really scares existing people in those markets, whether it's delivery. They're looking at that. And it makes sense. It's part of their model to get products to the doorstep. They need delivery. Why not have their own delivery company? They use UPS. They use private carriers. They use the Postal Service. But they're kind of looking in all these markets. So they're so huge that they have such a presence, and it scares markets where they may go. And that really has a big effect on all these other areas and sectors, doesn't it?
Yeah, one in particular was the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Drug stocks still haven't rebounded from the fear of Amazon coming into that sector. And yes, having their own trucking company would be a big blow to UPS, FedEx. I did just see that Bernie Sanders was on the attack of Amazon to raise their wages for workers.
Sure.
So I guess that would be one thing to be aware of is, the wages they pay. But, with the model they have, whatever they touch, like Drago versus Rocky, whatever they touch, they destroy.
Yeah, you're right. And they come in and they can take over. It's all consuming. And I think they may run into a problem on the regulatory side if they continue to have that kind of presence and that kind of ground-shaking entry into certain sectors that they're currently not in, and they're even thinking about going into. I've seen some markets drop in sectors where there's just buzz going around that they may even enter those. That's huge, and that's certainly got the eyes of the government on Amazon. So let's talk about consumer discretionary spending, up 635%. Certainly Amazon benefits from this spending spree of consumers, not only domestically, which those numbers attain to, but also on a national level. That's got to be a part of their growth in their market cap. Your thoughts?
I'd argue that not only do they benefit from it, I think they're a catalyst for it.
Right.
Because I would not have, by this time, gone out to a store to go buy that filter replacement.
Right.
Or half the things I bought, I probably wouldn't buy if it wasn't so easy to just get them.
Right.
For me, it's annoying to drive to a store, find the product, if they have it, wait in line, and go home. So I think people are buying more things because of the convenience of buying more things. And I think that benefits all online retail, not just Amazon. But, it's a time where people are flush. A lot of people receive tax breaks.
Sure.
And regardless of geopolitical news, people seem happy. You know, like literally I was talking with some friends the other day and we said the only thing to fear is that there's no fear right now.
Right. Yeah, right, exactly. So let's touch something real quick. So annoyance really of going out to these retail shops, of driving there, getting there, standing in line. That's like a personal firewall when it comes to this, and that's certainly a huge benefit for Amazon. Annoyance is a personal firewall. The last bit here I do want to touch on is certainly there's this argument out in the street. Who's going to hit the true $2 trillion mark first? Apple or Amazon? Your thoughts?
That's a great question. I would think that barring regulatory issues, Amazon, because they're going to be able to sell more things.
Sure.
So I think Amazon, I mean, Apple is such a killer company, and they
it really is.
So much money.
Tons.
But I think they stay in their lane more than Facebook or Amazon. They make their products.
Yeah.
Versus Amazon, which says we're going to come in and take over this sector.
Yeah.
Or Facebook, which continues to grow and buy companies. So,
all right.
I like that's why Apple's such a comfortable stock to own.
Right. 1 second.
Because they're stable.
We're out of time. Where can we find you?
AdamS.com, or anyone can email me. I'm very responsive. Adam@AdamS.com.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Hey, Don, quickly, where can we find you at on the World Wide Web, Don?
Don McKelvey at Facebook, Don McKelvey at Twitter, Don McKelvey at Instagram, Don McKelvey, where else? LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm there.
All those great places. Same here. Kurt Schimmer's at all those great places. Certainly get involved in our conversations, in our information we put out there. Like, share, be a part of it. Okay, Don. Don, what are your thoughts? Who's going to hit the $2 trillion mark first in market capitalization? Apple or Amazon?
I would agree with Adam that I got to lean towards Amazon because of the sheer volume of merchandise sold.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that Apple has that in common with Amazon. Both great companies, like Adam talked about.
Yeah.
A tough barrier of entry for everybody, but I think Amazon gets there first.
Yeah, I agree with you, and here's why. I think because of the sheer number of products that are sold on Amazon, and then the number of people have not hit that peak mark. People are using Amazon, still discovering and still growing. Amazon's growing on the user side base, and I think that really opens a huge market up for them. Whereas Apple is a great company, but they may have a peak of that saturation of who loves their products, who's going to use their products, and continue to buy it. Okay, so I think Amazon's going to be the one. Hey, Don, do you own any stocks we talked about here today?
No, I don't.
Yeah, all right. I don't either, folks, and you need to know that not only do we not own it, but these are not buy or sell recommendations. Right, Don?
That is correct.
All right, we'll see you on the next edition of Traders Nation.